Introduction. Modern life is comfortable, yet the human mind has never been more fragile. Distraction, emotional weakness, and dependence on external validation are quietly eroding mental strength, physical discipline, and emotional resilience. Stoicism offers a brutal but timeless antidote. As we move into 2026, the ancient philosophy of the Stoics feels more relevant than ever, not as theory, but as a practical code for rebuilding yourself from the inside out. In this video, we explore 3 uncompromising Stoic rules for life, principles that strip away excuses, sharpen self-control, and forge unshakable inner strength. These rules are not designed to comfort you. They are meant to transform you. When applied daily, they rebuild the mind to remain calm under pressure, the body to obey discipline over desire, and the heart to remain steady in a chaotic world. This is Stoicism as it was meant to be practiced, hard, honest, and life-changing. 1. Master what you can control, release everything else. Master what you can control, release everything else is one of the most powerful lessons for inner peace, emotional strength, and long-term success. Most people suffer not because of what happens to them, but because they waste energy trying to control things that were never in their power to begin with, other people's opinions, unpredictable outcomes, the past, or the future. This constant resistance creates anxiety, frustration, and helplessness. True mastery begins the moment you clearly separate what is within your control from what is not. Your thoughts, choices, effort, values, and reactions belong entirely to you. Everything else, external validation, timing, luck, and other people's behavior, does not. When you focus your energy on what you can control, you reclaim your power and stop giving your peace away to circumstances. This principle does not mean becoming passive or indifferent. It means acting with intention while accepting uncertainty. You do your part with discipline and integrity, then release attachment to the result. In relationships, this lesson teaches emotional independence. You can show up honestly, communicate clearly, and respect yourself, but you cannot force someone to choose you, understand you, or stay. Accepting this truth prevents desperation and resentment. In work and ambition, it sharpens focus. You cannot control recognition, competition, or outcomes, but you can control preparation, consistency, learning, and resilience. Those who obsess over results burn out. Those who master their effort build unstoppable momentum. This mindset also builds mental toughness during failure. When things go wrong, instead of spiraling into blame or fear, you ask a better question. What part of this is mine to handle? That question immediately restores clarity and action. Letting go of what you cannot control is not weakness, it is strategic strength. It frees mental space, sharpens judgment, and preserves emotional energy. Over time, this practice rewires how you experience life. You become calmer under pressure, less reactive to provocation, and more grounded in your decisions. External chaos loses its grip because your identity is no longer tied to outcomes. You stop chasing approval and start operating from self-respect. This is where confidence becomes quiet and unshakable. Mastering what you can control means living by principles instead of impulses, effort instead of expectation, and responsibility instead of complaint. When you release everything else, you are no longer dragged by fear or hope. You are anchored in purpose. And paradoxically, this detachment often leads to better outcomes because clarity, patience, and discipline create results far more reliably than anxiety ever could. 2. Choose discomfort to build strength. Choosing discomfort is one of the most misunderstood yet powerful principles for building real strength in life. Most people spend their days avoiding anything that feels hard, awkward, or painful, believing comfort is a reward of success. In reality, comfort is often the enemy of growth. Strength, mental, emotional, and physical, is forged in moments when you willingly step into difficulty instead of running from it. When you choose discomfort, you train yourself to act based on values and long-term vision rather than short-term relief. This shift alone separates those who stagnate from those who steadily evolve. Discomfort is not a sign that something is wrong. It is often a signal that something meaningful is happening. Mental strength begins the moment you stop negotiating with your impulses. Waking up early, speaking honestly when silence feels safer, staying focused when distractions promise pleasure. These are small acts of chosen discomfort that rewire your mind. Each time you resist the urge to quit or avoid, you teach yourself that feelings do not control your actions. Over time, this builds an unshakable sense of self-trust. You no longer panic when things feel difficult because you have proven repeatedly that you can endure and adapt. The mind becomes sharper, calmer, and more disciplined because it has been trained under pressure, not protected from it. Emotional free, detached from external validation. Detaching from external validation is one of the most difficult yet liberating lessons a person can learn, because from childhood we are conditioned to measure our worth through approval, praise, and recognition from others. Society trains us to chase likes, applause, titles, and acceptance, subtly teaching us that our value exists outside ourselves. The problem with this mindset is simple but brutal. Anything external is unstable. Opinions change, attention fades, and praise is often given or withdrawn based on factors you cannot control. When your sense of worth depends on external validation, you become emotionally fragile, constantly adjusting your behavior to please others, fearing rejection, and doubting yourself the moment approval disappears. True strength begins when you realize that no one else can consistently define your value without eventually failing you. Detachment does not mean becoming cold, arrogant, or indifferent. It means refusing to let other people's opinions dictate your self-respect, decisions, or emotional stability. When you detach from validation, you stop performing and start living with intention. You act according to your values rather than chasing reactions. This shift creates quiet confidence because your actions are no longer fueled by the need to be seen, but by the commitment to be aligned with who you are. Paradoxically, the less you seek approval, the more naturally it tends to come, because people are drawn to those who are self-directed and emotionally grounded. Detachment also sharpens clarity. Criticism becomes information instead of a personal attack, and praise becomes appreciation rather than a drug. You learn to accept feedback without losing yourself in it, extracting what is useful and discarding what is not. This emotional independence builds resilience, allowing you to move forward even when misunderstood, ignored, or judged unfairly. Over time, detaching from external validation restores your internal authority, the ability to trust your own judgment and stand firm even when standing alone. You no longer need constant reassurance to feel secure, because your confidence is rooted in self-awareness, effort, and integrity. This is the essence of inner freedom. When your peace does not rise or fall with applause, when silence no longer feels like rejection, and when your worth remains intact regardless of who notices or approves. By mastering detachment from external validation, you reclaim your power, conserve your energy, and build a life driven by purpose rather than permission. Mind rebuild. Mind rebuild is a deliberate process of tearing down outdated beliefs, emotional habits, and unconscious reactions so a stronger, calmer, and more disciplined inner structure can take their place. Most people try to change their lives by changing circumstances, more money, better relationships, new routines, yet nothing truly lasts until the mind itself is rebuilt. A rebuilt mind no longer reacts blindly to pressure. It responds with clarity. It no longer seeks constant validation from others. It generates its own sense of worth. This process begins with brutal self-honesty, recognizing that many of our struggles are not caused by the world, but by the stories we repeat in our heads. Fear, resentment, procrastination, and self-doubt are learned patterns, not permanent traits. When you accept this, you regain power. Rebuilding the mind requires learning how to pause before reacting, especially in moments of emotional intensity. That pause is where freedom lives. Instead of anger controlling your words or anxiety dictating your choices, awareness steps in and asks, is this response serving my future self? Over time, this practice rewires the brain, turning chaos into composure. A rebuilt mind also understands that discomfort is not an enemy but a teacher. Growth demands friction. Mental strength is forged through voluntary hardship, discipline when motivation fades, silence when ego wants to speak, patience when outcomes are delayed. This is why rebuilding the mind often feels lonely. You are separating from old versions of yourself and from people who only knew you in your weaker state. Another core element of mind rebuild is detachment from outcomes. When your happiness depends on results you cannot fully control, you become mentally fragile. A rebuilt mind focuses on effort, values, and integrity instead. It commits fully to the process while remaining emotionally steady regardless of success or failure. This creates resilience. Criticism loses its sting, praise loses its grip, and inner stability replaces external dependence. Equally important is learning to govern attention. What you repeatedly focus on becomes your mental reality. A rebuilt mind is intentional about what it consumes, thoughts, conversations, media, and environments, because it understands that mental nutrition shapes character. Finally, mind rebuild is not about becoming emotionless. It is about becoming unshakable. You still feel deeply, but feelings no longer own you. You act from principle, not impulse. You become someone who can endure uncertainty, stand alone if necessary, and the final lesson of body rebuild is identity. As you rebuild your body, you must also release the identity of someone who is out of shape, too old, or damaged. Every completed workout, every healthy meal, and every good night's sleep is evidence that you are now a person who keeps promises to yourself. This quiet self-trust is a true transformation. The body becomes firmer, posture improves, breathing deepens, and presence increases. But more importantly, you stop negotiating with weakness. Body rebuild teaches that strength is not loud. It is calm, steady, and deeply rooted. When your body feels reliable, you move through life with more patience, self-respect, and emotional control. You no longer seek validation from others, because your physical discipline reminds you daily of who you are becoming. In this way, rebuilding the body is not just a health practice. It is a philosophy of self-mastery, where physical order creates mental clarity, emotional resilience, and a renewed sense of power over your future. 6. Heart rebuild. Heart rebuild is a quiet, deliberate process of restoring your inner strength after disappointment, loss, or emotional exhaustion, and it begins the moment you stop running from pain and start listening to what it is trying to teach you. A rebuilt heart is not one that forgets what hurt it, but one that understands why it hurt, what was lost, and what must change to grow stronger. Pain exposes cracks in your emotional foundation, unmet needs, poor boundaries, misplaced trust, or self-neglect. And instead of seeing those cracks as failures, heart rebuild treats them as blueprints for renewal. This lesson asks you to slow down and sit with discomfort rather than distract yourself with noise, validation, or temporary pleasure. When you allow grief, disappointment, or betrayal to fully pass through you, it clears space for clarity. You begin to see patterns you once ignored, how you overgave, how you stayed too long, how you silenced your instinct to keep the peace. Rebuilding the heart requires responsibility without self-blame. You acknowledge your role in past pain not to punish yourself, but to reclaim your power. Each honest reflection becomes a brick laid with intention, stronger boundaries, higher standards, and deeper self-respect. As the heart rebuilds, it learns discernment. Not everyone deserves access, not every emotion needs immediate reaction, and not every connection is meant to last. You stop chasing intensity and start valuing stability, consistency, and emotional safety. This rebuild also demands patience, because healing does not move in straight lines. Some days you feel whole, other days old wounds ache without warning. Instead of judging yourself, you practice compassion and discipline together. Compassion to accept where you are, discipline to continue healthy habits even when motivation fades. Over time, the heart becomes less reactive and more grounded, less desperate for approval and more anchored in self-worth. You learn that love is not proven through suffering, and loyalty does not require self-erasure. A rebuilt heart is calm under pressure, open without being naive, and strong without being closed. It trusts again, but this time with wisdom, not fantasy. Most importantly, heart rebuild teaches that your value was never destroyed by what happened to you. It was only obscured by pain. When you rebuild, you do not return to who you were. You evolve into someone steadier, clearer, and emotionally sovereign. From that place, relationships become choices instead of needs, and love becomes a complement to your life, not the thing that holds it together.